Surprising fact you did not know 5 minutes ago. Cows suffer when they are away from their best friends. Yeah, that's right, these animals form powerful social bonds and make BFFs. When their close friends are away, cows actually show physical symptoms of stress and depression. Sea otters have the densest fur of any mammals on this planet. It's hard to imagine, but these cuties have more than 1 million hairs on just 1 inch of their bodies. And that's not all. Their fur has 2 layers, a short undercoat and a guard coat, which is longer. As a result, these 2 layers trap air and prevent water from getting onto the sea otter's skin. There is a vast cloud of alcohol floating somewhere far away in space. Sagittarius B2 is a massive molecular cloud of dust and gas which drifts about 390 light-years from the center of the Milky Way. The entire mass of this cloud is more than 3 million times bigger than the mass of the Sun. But the coolest feature of Sagittarius B2 is that it contains a variety of alcohol molecules, including methanol, ethanol, and vinyl alcohol. Zombies do exist. However, they look nothing like those creepy creatures from the last horror flick you saw. There is a species of wasp in Costa Rica that attacks spiders and takes over their minds, transforming them into literal zombies. To do this, the wasp injects a cocktail of poisons and chemicals that make spiders obey and become hosts for wasps' larvae. Arctic reindeer can change their eye color. The color changes from gold in the summer to blue in the winter. This change alters the sensitivity of their retinas, allowing them to see better in the constant darkness of winter. Thus, they can notice food and detect predators with ease. Well, that's a cool superpower. I wish I could do the same. While Mount Everest may be the tallest mountain in the world, it is not the tallest in our solar system. Olympus Mons on Mars is way bigger than any mountain in our happy little family of planets floating around the Sun. This mountain is actually a huge shield volcano that's about 16 miles high and sprawls 372 miles across. This makes the Martian mountain 3 times taller than Everest. Your corneas have no blood vessels. Unlike the rest of your body, your corneas don't get any blood supply because they don't have any blood vessels. They get oxygen straight from the air and get nutrition from special liquid and tears they produce. Maybe I should cry more? Do you use your sunglasses to protect your eyes from sunlight? Well, I guess that's cool, but how about using them the way Chinese judges did many centuries ago? In 12th century China, judges wore glasses with dark lenses which effectively hid their emotions during legal proceedings. Talk about poker face. Slow loris primates are undoubtedly cute. It's no wonder these animals have become stars all over the internet. But despite the widespread myth that they make great pets, you might not survive their bite. The truth is that lorises are the only venomous primates on the planet. People that have been bitten by these creatures suffered from severe pain, and some even had a really bad allergic reaction. Your stomach turns red when you blush. When you get embarrassed, your body releases adrenaline that prepares itself for a potentially dangerous or stressful situation. Under the influence of this hormone, your blood vessels widen to increase blood flow. In case of an emergency, this will help you flee as fast as possible. That's why the veins all over your body, and in particular on your face and in your stomach lining, contain more blood than usual and look red. High heels were originally designed for men. Women just started wearing them not that long ago. High heels first appeared in Persia, reaching Europe at the end of the 16th century. At that time, people believed that heels were very masculine, and they were definitely a great way to make a man tower over others. The amazing birth and history of Coca-Cola. A war veteran, Dr. John Pemberton invented the most famous drink in the world, the iconic and refreshing Coca-Cola. Here's the interesting story of the famous drink. The birth. Dr. John Pemberton was a pharmacist from Atlanta, Georgia. He was born in 1831 and went on to earn a medical degree later in life. During the American Civil War, he served in the 3rd Cavalry Battalion of the Georgian State Guard and achieved the rank of lieutenant colonel. In April 1865, Pemberton sustained a saber wound to the chest during a battle. He started using morphine to ease his pain and eventually got used to the chemical. In 1866, seeking a cure for his addiction, he began to experiment with recipes of different syrups. He created a syrup with cocoa and coca wines and added the extracts of kola nut and damiana to it. He called this concoction Pemberton's French wine Coca. Pemberton began to market his syrup as a medicine and advertised it as particularly beneficial for ladies, and all those whose sedentary employment causes nervous prostration. In 1886, Atlanta enacted temperance legislation, due to which Pemberton had to create a non-alcoholic alternative to his drink. One day, he blended the base syrup with carbonated water by accident, but liked the taste and decided to sell it as a fountain drink instead of a medicine. Pemberton created the famed syrup in a 3-legged brass kettle in his backyard. In May 1886, Pemberton sampled his new drink at the local Jacobs pharmacy. The syrup was deemed to be excellent, and he marketed it as delicious and refreshing. This theme continues with Coke even today, as millions of fans enjoy its taste all over the world. The name Coca-Cola was suggested by Pemberton's bookkeeper, Frank Robinson. The recipe for the syrup came from the coca leaf extract and caffeine from the cola nut. So, the concoction was initially known as Coca-Cola. However, Robinson suggested to replace the K in cola with a C, to look striking in advertising. As such, the famous brand was born. About 9 servings of the drink were sold each day at the soda fountain. In the first year, Coca-Cola made just about $50. The first year wasn't much of a success, as Pemberton had to shell out $70 in expenses to craft the drink, resulting in a loss. But in 1887, Coca-Cola was in for an overhaul. Marketing strategies. Asa Candler, another Atlanta pharmacist and businessman, purchased the formula for the drink from Pemberton for $2,300. Just a while later in 1888, Pemberton unfortunately passed away, without quite realizing the potential of the beverage he had created. Candler revamped the image of the drink with effective marketing strategies. By the late 1890s, Coca-Cola became one of America's most popular fountain drinks. Between 1890 and 1900, Candler managed to increase the product's sales by over 4,000%. The success of Coca-Cola was largely due to rigorous advertising and marketing campaigns across the USA and Canada. Rise of the bottling industry. Soda fountains or ice cream saloons were a public meeting place for many citizens until the 1960s. Often housed in a pharmacy, the soda fountain counters served as public places of gathering for people of all ages in both small towns and big cities. The fountains were often combined with lunch counters. With the advent of bottled drinks and manufacturers, their popularity began to decline, and they were soon replaced by packaged ice cream, bottled soft drinks, and fast food restaurants. Coca-Cola soon began selling the syrup to independent bottling companies licensed to sell the drink. This led to the huge success of the soft drink. New Coke. On April 23, 1985, the trade secret New Coke formula was launched in response to declining sales thanks to an increasing number of competitors. However, the new recipe was considered a failure. Coca-Cola fans had a negative reaction to the new recipe, and within 3 months, the original cola flavor returned to the market. The return of the original cola taste came with a new branding of Coca-Cola Classic. New Coke remained on the shelves and was rebranded as Coke 2, before finally being discontinued in 2002. Booming success. In 1969, Coke's popularity surged with their new jingle "Things Go Better with Coke." The new campaign made for one of the most famous ads ever created. The song "I'd Like to Buy the World a Coke" became so famous in the USA in 1971, that Coca-Cola received more than 100,000 letters from fascinated fans. Many people called up radios and demanded the RJs to play the commercial. Today, Coca-Cola is a publicly traded Fortune 500 company with more than $37 billion in annual revenue. Starting from a locally brewed medicinal tonic, Coca-Cola has become perhaps the most famous soft drink in the whole world. 9 things you did not know the real use for. Holes in airplane windows. The hole in airplanes is for 2 purposes. One of the reasons is to compensate for the difference in air pressure as the height changes. It also foils the window from fogging up, so next time if you find any hole in your airplane window, you know the reason behind it. Bumps on the F and J keys. Believe it or no, but this bump is here to help you type. The fingers should be placed on the F and the J keys. If you are sure that your fingers are there, then you can type without even looking at the keyboard. People who went to typing school or have done the typing course will be aware of this. These are the tiny tricks which will make typing easier for you. The hole in the cap of a ballpoint pen. This hole is made for the safety purpose. Many people have the habit of putting the cap inside their mouth, and they accidentally inhale the pen cap. So the hole in this situation will help the air to get through so the person can breathe, or else people can put their life into risk. Black grating on microwave window. This is also known as the Faraday shield. This foils microwave from evasion and turns the box into a Faraday cage. In fact, your food might also not cook properly if the rays escape. So don't worry, this is important for your food. Extra holes in your shoes. The hole located on top of your running shoes are actually meant for you to tie the lace in different ways. These holes will help you to tie your shoes in various ways. This will also be helpful in compensating for things like spoiled toe or bad pace. These extra holes in your shoes make it so that you can alter the fit as well in case they are uncomfortable. Groove in the Tic Tac dispenser. The tiny furrow in the top of a Tic Tac dispenser helps you dispense just 1 Tic Tac at a time. They do this so that people might not face difficulty while pouring 1 Tic Tac at a time. But most people prefer eating more than 1 Tic Tac at a time, so it's not really useful for the people who prefer eating more than 1 in one go. Extra pieces of fabric. There are few new clothes which come with extra pieces of cloth or button. This is given so you can examine the color fastness of the fabric. These fabric pieces and buttons are useful while you change the detergent or stain remover. If your washing powder does any harm to your cloth, this piece might help you. So it is always advisable to save the extra fabric piece and try washing that before you wash the actual cloth to see any side effects. The hole in your pot handle. The hole seen in the pot handle has a purpose. It's surely not for the show. These holes will help you hold your spatula. This will help your utensil from drowning into your dish. Metal bit at the end of measuring tape. The metal bit is at the edge of the measuring tape and is used to mark on softer surfaces. Even if you don't have a pen, it will help you with the marking. The metal bit also has a hook in it which will help you in holding a screw or nail in the place.